So I started out the same way most people do. I think this was my first ride on a horse, and I kept doing group lessons for a couple of years until the opportunity came up to get lessons with a private owner, which then turned into me riding horses for her. And believe it or not, this horse is Andre, and he does jump a meter 15 later on. Now, I believe this was our first show and it did not go well. Did well in the ridden class and came 5th, but before this video he just kept stopping at everything. And I don't have any videos, but I've been eliminated from so many shows. And then I had this lesson for an interschools event and it changed everything. The instructor told me to use my voice, which actually worked. It was messy, but we finally got around the course and we placed 4th. I struggled to get out to events as I had no flow, but I did trainings where I could and practiced a lot at home. It was around this time that Andre's owner asked me if I wanted to buy him, and of course I did. I worked really hard for about a year doing chores for my family until I had enough money to buy him. We kept training really hard at home and doing the occasional show. We were doing really well and we even got up to 90 centimeters in competition. And in these clips we were jumping a meter 10. And then I had to move hours away and everything fell apart. Because the move was really sudden, I had to leave Andre behind. Of course we had people looking after him, but I wasn't able to ride him for about a month. Then I came back for one last show and we got 6th, and then we moved him. Our first show after the move went horribly. I don't know what happened, but we were back to square one. We got eliminated from both the 70 and 80 centimeter rounds. This really knocked my confidence with show jumping. I stopped jumping for a couple of months, and my motivation towards horses in general was just really down. Eventually I was just like, what am I doing? I haven't come this far to give up. And then I made an even worse decision and decided to go to clinics instead of shows to get help with my riding. So I went to 2 clinics with this instructor, and it wasn't a complete waste of time. I did find a few things that I needed to work on. However, in my second lesson with this person, it all just fell apart. She compared me to other riders in the clinic who were jumping me to 20 courses, and that if I wasn't going to listen, I needed to leave. And I was trying my best, but I was just so stressed I couldn't ride properly. And I did end up getting kicked out because Andre kept stopping at a double, which was quite big. The instructor basically said that I wasn't ready to be jumping courses at all and I needed to go back to flat work, which was obviously a big confidence knock. And I had just bought Coda, my 4-year-old Standardbred, and I was just thinking, like, what have I done? Like, I'm not good enough for this. It was also around then that I got interviewed by Harness Racing New Zealand, so I was also thinking I wasn't good enough to deserve that either. So I was jumping really small with Andre for a long time, just working on his adjustability and my position and everything. And with Coda I was doing lots of groundwork. And we had actually bought an old float so I could get out to events easier. And eventually I just decided that I just needed to get out to some small shows because I'm never going to feel ready if I just stay at home. But unfortunately my first show back in 6 months got rained out. The arena was basically a massive swimming pool and Andre did just not want to go at all. And obviously I was thinking, well, what if she was right? What if I'm not ready? So I went home, I kept practicing, and then another winter show came up and I entered and it actually went really well. Our first round was sticky, and our second round, which was the 70 centimeter, we had 2 stops, but we did get around, we didn't get eliminated, so I'm happy. Then we had another training day the next weekend and he didn't stop at all. He went really well and I think I got up to 80 centimeters, so I'm pretty happy with that as well. Also in the process of developing my own equestrian brand behind the scenes. It's been really cool and I can't wait till it launches. And in the background I have been free jumping Coda, and I also jumped him under saddle for the first time, and he's actually been doing really well. The plan with Coda is to move on to him once Andre retires after this season, and I'm also hoping to get him out to some small shows before then. And I'm really excited about what the future holds with him. And if you've made it this far, thank you for watching.